Hi. HAZOP part 3. Actually, we did the 3 o'clock session, but some technical issues, we are not able to complete that one. So now the part 3, we are continuing in 4 o'clock session. So live. So here, what we have seen in part 1, part 2 HAZOP. Now we are going to see part 3. Two topics. One is HAZOP team roles. Another one is HAZOP prerequisites. So HAZOP, as is HAZOP, what are the objectives? Part 2, we have seen team roles. When the HAZOP is really applicable and when actually HAZOP required and what are the requirements for doing the HAZOP. So that things are there in part 2. Now part 3, what we are going to see, HAZOP team roles and HAZOP prerequisites. So these two things is very unique as per the HAZOP. So what is HAZOP? HAZOP is finding the hazards and finding the operation design issues, any design abnormalities, operability issues, that's we have to find out. For that only you have to have this HAZOP. Okay, so the team roles focus on HAZOPs and operability. So mainly the team roles finding the hazards and finding the operability. These two the major thing for HAZOP. So focus on hazards and operability. Then it's a duration. The session duration less than 2 hours. When the HAZOP is conducted, less than 2 hours you have to do. Then in this session you have to use notes and guide words only, not other words, because the notes and the guide words are very important when you are doing the HAZOP study. You cannot simply use the local language. It's a notes and these guide words are internationally technical words. Everyone know it for international populations. Then you have findings and records. Whatever when you are doing HAZOP, whatever you are doing, you have to make it live on worksheets. You have to record it on worksheets. That's very important. So this is the team. As I said, who are team? The project engineer is a team leader and electrical engineer, safety engineer, operation maintenance specialist. So these all people together do the HAZOP study. So for this HAZOP team roles, you have to know the focus on hazards and operability and the session less than 2 hours and using the notes and the guide words, then finds always recorded in live on worksheets. So to know it. So this is one way of team roles. Then next one, HAZOP prerequisites. What are the HAZOP prerequisites? PFDS. It's a triangle. PFDS required and practice engineer. We can say pro-actus engineer required. Pro-actus engineer means he has to identify all the issues during the HAZOP study. He must know it everything. And layout drawing of the entire process flow. Then safety engineer, MSD, material safety data sheet, instrument and electrical engineer, and then operating instructions. That is instruction is there. So operating instruction must be there, and project engineer is also required. Then equipment data sheet. Each and every equipment must have a data sheet. That data sheet also you have to have. This is a prerequisite before conducting the HAZOP study. When you are conducting a HAZOP study, you have to be keep ready for these things. When you keep ready for these things only, you can go for study. So already, as I said, you have a team. Who is team? Project leader is a project engineer. Then electrical engineer, instrumentation engineer, safety engineer. These all the people together. They will do the HAZOP study. So during that HAZOP study, you have to give this PFDS, and then you have to have layer drawings, and then you have to give MSDs, the operating instructions, and then the instrumentation electrical engineer must be there, safety engineer must be there for knowing the hazards. So this is the two things for part 3. We have a part 4 on February 4th. February 4th, 3 o'clock, we have a part 4. So we already completed 2, part 1, part 2. Now part 3. So this part 3, what we have seen, HAZOP team roles and HAZOP prerequisite. Okay, we can see how this process flow will go. So you just imagine it's an oil and gas unit. In this unit, it's a process. It's a process flow. So this is a refinery. Refinery oil and gas unit. It's just an example. So we have a team, project engineer, electrical engineer, then instrumentation engineer, then safety engineer, then operation and maintenance specialist, everyone here. Okay, so it should be done 2 hours, less than 2 hours. Live data recordings are there from the HAZOP secretary. He will do the recordings. Okay. So here the process starts here. Then the end product here, end product. Okay. So when it started, then what are the things you have to identify? First, you have to do the hazard identification. You have to identify the hazard. What all hazards are there, that should be identified. Here we can say 1, we can say 2, then we can say 3 here, then 4. Okay, so 4 hazards identified during this HAZOP studies. Then what will be the operability? Operability means design issues. Any design issues or operation issues. Operability. So here we have a flow meters are there. Flow meter, pH meter is there. Then you have a acidity meters are there. So these all, then flow control is there. So everything instrumentation engineer will see the any issue in this pH meter, flow meter, and also the any analysis. Any analysis are there. This all is working properly or not. This is done by the instrumentation engineer. Any electrical issues is there, that will be identified from the electrical engineer. Any safety issues is there, safety engineer will identify any issues. So operation issues. So when they will do it during the commissioning time or before commissioning time. So any design deviation is there, then they will check it. So whether design intent or any design abnormalities, they will find abnormalities. Maybe this one may be joined here like this, but actually it's like this. So they have to find out why we can change it like this. So this is a findings, operability issues. If we can do it like this, we can save more energy, more time, and also design also promoted like this. We can avoid timings and accidents. So like this, if this all just imagination, this is not actual, this is imagination for explanation purpose I am telling. So in this study called HAZOP study, this one given to the okay, so they already have the diagram, drawings, the layout of drawings. So they will compare these drawings with the actuals, and also what all proposed actions they will see. Any operation issues are there, any meter equipment issues there, or any safety issues are there, or any hazards are there, they will find out. So the major thing is to find out the hazards, to find out the operability. Major thing, two things, to find out the hazards in this and operability. So these are the two things for a process industry. Not only oil and gas, chemical industry, process industry, everywhere you can see how the people doing this kind of study. So the HAZOP study, we are in every industry, risk assessments are there. Risk assessments and HAZOP study is entirely different. Risk assessment, finding the hazards and the risk and making the risk assessment matrix and controls, putting the controls. That is risk assessment for entire country. But this HAZOP is a proactive measures. It's a proactive measures. Before starting the operation itself, you have to find out the issues. A proactive manner. So to find out the operability issues, to find out the hazards. That's why HAZOP. But risk assessments also doing the before work. But the risk assessments totally, you have a control measures. Here, finding the hazards and operability issues and putting all the issues, all the rectification before starting the plant through the HAZOP. So when you are doing the HAZOP study, you will all know it. What are the abnormalities from the actuals to the real to drawings. If the drawing and real equal, no issues, no problem. And also hazards also no hazards, then no issues. But a lot of hazards are there, lot of operability issues is there. They have a meeting, HAZOP team meeting is there. They will have a solutions where are to rectify, where are to correct it, how to correct it, what are the control measures we have to put before the operation. So here the two issues for HAZOP. One is finding the hazards and making the control measures for the accidents. Number two, operability. Any operation and maintenance issues are there before starting the plant itself. You have to have some control measures and prevention of accident and prevention of operation and maintenance issues. So these two things are together called the HAZOP. Okay, so that's what we have seen for part 3. We will have a session for part 4. That will be the February 4th. You can just join for the remaining session. We have 2 sessions, part 4 and also part 5. So you just join these remaining sessions also. If you have any doubt in this, just give some comments in that. I will try to answer it. We have a 5 part 5s. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5. So now what we are seeing is Part 3. You already have a Part 2 in video live sessions are there. So you go and watch it, Part 1 and Part 2. Definitely it will help you to improve HAZOP studies. And then we can see the rest in Part 4 and Part 5. Thanks for watching this live sessions. and still you didn't subscribe it, share it, like it, support for HSE Mindset channel. Thank you very much for viewing. Thank you.